Hi, scholars and families, it's Miss Marnon. So today is Tuesday, January 19th. This video is going to be for the whole week. Just so you guys know, this is the start of a new marking period. So everybody's starting at a 100 and we'll stay at a 100 as long as we keep up with the work this week, and we'll go down if we are not submitting our assignments. So right now is a good clean slate for everybody. You guys can see that we have our star scores coming out. And lots of good information. So I'm going to show you the work for the week, and then I'm going to show you where you can look at the star scores. So under modules is where all of the work always is. So we're on week 18. So there was no school Monday, and today is for Tuesday. So if we look here, every page still has the direction video for the day. They're just now uploaded through Microsoft Stream and through YouTube. So whatever way works on your student's computer is best. They have both options here. So they're going to be in Class Notebook, Unit 4, page 9. Class Notebook can be accessed right here on the side or through Clever. I think some students are finding it easier to get through to from Clever. They can go to Office 365, and usually it's one of the first things that pops up is they'll see all of their OneNote notebooks. If not, they can click OneNote on the side and go to My Notebooks. But I'm going to show you what this page looks like. So it is Unit 4, page 9. Students should be familiar with Class Notebook. We've been using it since September. So today we're going to be working on percent error, which is something that's going to be very important for them as students because it's used a lot in science labs. So we'll be doing percent error today, and there's some practice problems. Their exit ticket. When we're done with the work in class and notebook, we have independent practice 21. So you can either go back to modules or just click next. And here's independent practice 21, 6 points plus the extra credit points. They can get 7 out of 6 points. They can take it up to 3 times as they can with any of these independent practices. There's a calculator right on the screen. They click take the quiz to begin. So I'm going to go back to modules. For Wednesday, we're going to be working on some old standards again. This will be like our third time kind of cycling through these standards. So this should be a little bit familiar. There are still direction videos if we need them each day. I know Wednesdays are independent work days. So for the 2 standards we're working on today, there's a crash course video that I made with some tips and tricks on the standard. And students just need to answer the 2 questions. What is this standard about? And how do they think they'll do on the quiz? So to answer the questions, they just click submit assignment, and they can answer questions 1 and questions 2 right here as text, or if they would rather talk or record themselves, they can record themselves there. When they're done, they're just going to click this submit assignment and it's submitted. They'll get a little confetti and it's done. So that's 7NS2A. That's like our little crash course. Then they're going to click next and actually take the quiz to see how many they get right out of the 3. They click take the quiz and get started. Then they have the same thing for 7NS2B. So same thing, just a different standard that we worked on before. They click submit assignment, answer the 2 questions. What is this about? How do you think you'll do on the quiz? And then they can click next and actually take the quiz and see if what they got matches how they predicted they would do. And that's it for Wednesday. So students can check on the data wall to see how they're progressing on these standards, but I'm going to show you the data wall at the end of this video because it does show also the star scores. So for Thursday, we're going to be working on commission. It's going to be like the same thing we've done all week where we're going to be a notebook and then we have an extra practice at the end. So Unit 4, page 10, there is a lesson video if students need it. So if we look, page 10 looks like this. So we're just going to be talking about commission. So maybe you have somebody in your family who's a salesperson or they earn a commission or a fee when they sell something or do a service. So you can talk at home about that. When students are done with the entire lesson, practice, and exit ticket, they're going to go into Delta Math and complete practice number 4. So actually from Canvas, if you click next, there are the instructions for Delta Math. Right here is the link that takes them right to the website, and then students can log in. So I'll log in really quick so I can show you what it looks like. So students just need to do practice 4. If Wednesday was hard for them and they need help with that standard, they can get some help here, or they can just do the practice 4, because practice 4 is what's due today for Thursday. If students are having issues logging in, remind them that they have a 07 or a 08 at the end of their password. Also, if they're still having issues, they can send me a direct message and I can even change their password if they need that. So once they're done with Delta Math, they're done for Thursday. So let's go back and look for Friday. So Friday, we're going to start doing percent increase and decrease, and these are going to kind of be general situations where something went up or something went down. Next week, we're going to start looking specifically at like money. So like markups, markdowns, sales tax, tip, all of that good stuff. So it's in class notebook, unit 4, page 11. So this lesson is going to be a little bit difficult because sometimes we're going to multiply by percent different than what was given in the problem, and that's because it's going to be an increase or a decrease from 100%. So that's going to be one of the trickier parts. There are 3 practice problems, an exit ticket, and when students are done with the lesson, there is the independent practice 22 in Canvas. So I'm going to click next. Here's independent practice 22. It's 6 questions. That are math plus the extra credit question, so they can get 7 out of 6. They can take it up to 3 times. The calculator is right here if they need it. They click take the quiz to begin. So that's our last assignment for the week, but I do want to show you how to access the data wall and look at the star scores. So if you are on Canvas or your students on Canvas, right on our home page, we have this data button. If you click it, it takes us to our interactive data wall. So this is for period 1. You can click through the different periods here at the bottom of the screen. But you can see it has the date when we were last tested on it, and then we can see scores and you look by lunch number. So the first 2 columns are the star scores. So we can see the October and the January star. The numbers here are the grade equivalents. So that's going to tell you the grade level your student is at. So if they got a 6.8, they're at a 6th grade level 8 months in. If it just says greater than 10, it just means they're above a 10th grade level. The colors tell us what score star predicts they will get on the state test. If they got green, it predicts that they will get a 4 on the state test. Blue predicts they will get a 3 on the state test. Yellow predicts they will get a 2 on the state test. And red predicts they will get a 1 on the state test. These are the standard quizzes like what we did on Wednesday, and they're usually out of 3 questions. So you'll see that they're out of like 33, 66, or 100. So this is just color coded by how many questions they got correct on the assignment. So you can see what standard students are doing well on, which ones we need to work more on. And some students still need to take some of these standard quizzes. So if you see your student is missing some, make sure that they do take those assignments. Those are always available to retake. Also, if you scroll down, it does have the star scores here. So it does just go through. There's 10 slides. You can click through them or pause and play. It goes, I think, after 5 seconds for each. So it has the fall, and then you can compare the graph for the winter to see how the class did overall. And then it does also say like what they predict, what the color means. In most of our classes, we did go up a lot. We can see that we're getting some more colors than just red. So some great news. If you're not on Canvas, the other way to look at the data to see what your student star score is through the Lincoln website. So I have my own page. So if you go to About Us, Faculty and Staff, and then scroll down until you find me, Miss Marnon. It has a little introduction, and then you can click Math 7 to go to the web page. So there's the same scrolling announcements that I have on my Canvas pages. We have a calendar and like a feed with updates. There's our Bitmoji room that has some information about what we're doing. Here's an overview of the week that we're doing. And then there's the data wall. So you can access this. It's just published right online on the Lincoln website. And you can see what grade equivalent your student is scoring at, if they went up, if they went down on their star score, and you can also see how the class did overall. So that's it for this week. I hope that you check out those star scores and that you did see that hopefully your student improved. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out.